As a painter decorator, I often go on quotes and I see little brown stains that I'm going to show you examples of shortly on window frames, doors and staircases and stuff like that. And I'm going to tell you what they are, how to fix them, if you're a painter decorator, how to quote for them, and if you're a customer, how not to get ripped off on this work. Let me show you some examples. Now, I hope it shows up on camera, but this is an example. And as you can see, it's a brown circle and it's not big. And here's another one, here's another one, and here's another one. And there's another one there. And as we go up the staircase, you're going to see that there's a lot on the staircase. But if you notice, they're not on the wall. There's more here, they're small, they're not big. And I hope this shows up on camera, but up here on the wall, there's water damage. And let's hope it shows up. Here we go. And as you can see, it's not brown and it's large. So what are these brown circles? Well, basically, if you have a look at wood, you'll see, I'm just going to make sure I don't trip up on these stairs. If you look at wood, you'll see beautiful patterns. And with these beautiful patterns, you'll see that there are these circles sometimes, and they're called knots. They're often black and they're a bit resinous. And what they are is they appear sort of every so often in the wood pattern. Apparently they often come up when it's where the branch enters the trunk. And when I've done woodwork myself, if there's lots of them in a piece of wood, I'll actually reject that wood. But when you're using a long piece of wood, like for a staircase, you can't really avoid it that much because you just can't chuck the whole piece of wood. It's a huge bit of wood. And the way you deal with this is very different to water damage. Now, for water damage, you'll use something like Zinsser stain block. But for these things, you use a piece of paint called shellac. Now, shellac is made from resin from insects. It's normally oil-based paint, so you have to be very careful when using it. And the big thing is that it will really eat through your paintbrushes. So I have a separate paintbrush for it because I have really nice paintbrushes for doing really nice work. But for shellac work, basically, it really eats your brushes. So what you do is you do, as on the tin, it's quite similar to using oil-based paint, you do it as a primer and you put it over the little circles. No need to do the whole thing, just over the little circles. And then you use that brush and then you do your overcoats as normal. But the thing about it is that when quoting, a lot of painting companies don't do this. And the reason is because it does increase the price. And with all these things, it isn't actually the work, it's the prep beforehand, it's the prep afterwards, and it's the drying time. So it does increase the price a lot. So what I do with my quotes is I say, here's a quote for work, it's the normal stuff, but a lot of painting companies don't include this because it does increase the price and then you just see, oh, I'm more expensive. So I put this as a separate thing that you may or may not want to go for. And actually, a lot of customers don't go for it. And then later on the line, they sort of regret it because there's these circles. So it's nice that I've got documentation showing I did recommend this and they didn't choose to go for it. I hope that's really, really useful. I hope this is good for maybe even showing customers what it's about, showing that if you are mentioning this, you're not ripping them off. And I hope to see you soon. Please do comments. I really learn a lot from you and I hope to speak to you soon. Thanks, bye.